Good morning, America. This is Dr. Turi, and today we are April the 11th, and tomorrow is the maximum impact of the SOS to the world that I put on and the dates that I gave on George Norrie show. So today's newsletter is called Earthquakes, Black Holes, and ET's Agenda. Again, remember each one of those videos as is particular article related to it. So it's important to read because you will assimilate better by reading all those sort of things that I cannot say. What doesn't come to my mind right here, right now. So first, as always, during those cosmic windows, there will be earthquakes. And again, you can see that Draco's channeling is remarkable because we had an earthquake today. Okay, we had a 6.1 magnitude, and that was happening in Japan. Okay. Now, some people are going to say, well, wait a minute, earthquakes happen every day, blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, well, let me tell you something. The last date that I gave was March 29, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 earthquakes, all the way from 6.0 to 6.5. So, I don't know what to tell you anymore. Draco's channeling have to be trusted. And of course, the scientific community will never, ever in a million years work with me because their spiritual pride, their educated pride, make it impossible for them to deal with a guy who does much better as far as giving precise timing for earthquake above 6.0. And they would rather be caught dead than to deal with an astrologer. That's what it is. I also gave you the link in a newsletter of our email exchange with a NASA student, the Seismologist Institute in Pasadena, and USGS. So, you know, all you got to do when I give you a link is just to click on it. Okay. Again, you know, I don't exactly like offering warning, especially those related to the royal family's baby. But, you know, it's always a good idea to be warned and to be prepared. Who knows? Who knows? Somewhere, somehow, these people could land on my work, okay? And be more cautious because, you know, every mothers out there are very vulnerable to a reptilian infestation, especially if they're not exactly on the health side, they party too much, or even if they suffer stupid little colds and get behind a counter, supposed to be safe prescribed medication. That's what it takes sometimes. It has to do with your UCI, with your unique celestial identity, to see if you react positively or negatively to any form of chemical mixture. All right. So this window is already obviously in action because of the earthquakes. And if you look at the news, there's a lot of beginning or ending out there. And I have to refresh your memory. Last time I gave that date, I lost my mother, and David Icke was refused a visa to lecture in Australia. So again, when I said the beginning or the end of important phases of life, a lot of people out there are now pissed off because it's the end. David is not allowed to go and talk to them anymore. So they are suffering my predictions. And again, I repeat myself because I know there's always new people landing on those videos on YouTube and they have no clue who I am, what I do. And I can only strongly advise you to go back to any of the previous videos or any of the previous articles and read or watch. You're going to learn something. You have to learn something and raise you on a cosmic consciousness. Now, as far as science is concerned, again, not only my earthquake predictions are undeniable and dead on track, and I do all that for free without your tax dollars or your donation, but the student is supposed to be thanked because he's the first one to take a picture of a black hole. Well, again, what's the difference between new beginning and first? Okay, it's associated. So it shows again a new beginning as far as the scientific community is concerned because of this kid who was the first one to take a black hole image. It's a new beginning, as simple as that. Now, let's look down again. You can read all the details, but the new beginning means also keywords that are associated. So nature, man to strike hard. When I say nature, obviously it's earthquake. It could be any natural disaster during those windows, but also it could be meant to strike hard. And then that's why you had Assange, which was charged with computer hacking conspiracy. Believe me, his life's going to change. The lawyer expect ex-Obama counsel to be indicted in a case linked to the Mueller probe. Again, this expert, ex-Obama counsel, some of those people here are going to have a new life, new beginning, new endings for sure. Michael Avenatti forcing 36 count after grand jury indictment. You're talking about some serious ending and beginning of important phases of life. And if that is not enough, well, maybe a New York Times investigation into Trump's sister and with her retirement. I'm talking about the ending of an important phases of life. Okay. Now, you need to realize that those stars are not just, dedicated to expose other people. They're going to touch you. Well, they're touching me big time. Cannot tell you because it's private. But man, it is definitely the beginning of the end of important phases of life as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, it's more than obvious. I wish I could tell you more, but I can only tell you stupid things like, I got a bunch of guys coming today to change my water heater who died on me, or the termite guys are coming, I'm selling my house. I mean, this is a big, important, I just signed a paper to sell my house. And now they're going to come and visit me to put the lockbox, which means I have to remember to make a copy of my keys. Now, just auto-analyze yourself. My work is designed to help you to build cosmic consciousness. But I'm telling you, those stars are not just hanging out there for the sake of beauty to amuse NASA scientists to send a little robot on Mars. It's much more behind these marvelous schemes of things. Much more about God, cosmic divinity, and the soul of the cosmos. It doesn't stop just at stupid stars and stupid robots being used by NASA. There's much more. And that's why you need to listen and talk about it, because this type of information will make you understand the news in a very different way, like I do, or any of my students. Remember, I'm not special. I'm just like you, but I have information that you don't, and I'm trying to give it to you for free. I mean, can't blame me for that. Okay, all right. Now, a suspect was arrested in Louisiana for the church fire. It's a young twit. Okay, he's 21 years old. So, okay, another one. It just apparently, allegedly, put the fire on the church. Probably a racist. But, immediately people are going to blame this kid. Wow, put him in jail, kill him, burn him, whatever. The same thing with Adam Lanza. This criminal killed so many people in Las Vegas. No. They are reptilians infected. They are victims, but the real responsible are the reptilians. And sad enough, more responsible is the parents, the educational system, the church, and the scientific community, which is not allow me or any of my students to reach those kids and start to educate them about their relationship with the divine, their UCI, their unique celestial identity, which expose their sins and virtue. And from there, allow them not only to regenerate and understanding who the hell they are, what they're doing on earth, but at the same time understand God's cosmic divinity and apply their will instead of becoming a robot or I decide to be a racist, I'm going to put fire in a church. Now, this lunatic kid is a victim. Adam Lanza was a victim. All the criminals that kill people every day are victims of the reptilians. And none of these killers from the past, current idiots and all future idiots, killers, are victims of the reptilians. And if you do not allow me to go where I belong, you know, and start to teach in a big way, if you give your money to send technology on Mars, that's not going to help you. Of course, it's interesting to learn that how, you know, black holes are created, or have a picture of a black hole, but there's so much more behind those black holes. Extraterrestrials travel through those black holes in time and space, particularly the reptilians trying to annex solar system so they can, like a cancer, work for the darkness, for the light, for negativity, for pain, for chaos, for fear, exactly what they need to survive. You are giving life to the darkness, to the force, by not helping me. Be part of the solution, please. Try to understand that there is only two forces, the negative and the positive. Being part of the solution means you're working with me and the draconists, the gardeners of this world, those who stimulate people like me to write, okay, or like you to create music, to do something good today for somebody. What did you give the world today? Look what I do every day. I write, okay? I put a little video to help you to grow. Imagine the tremendous positive karma I'm putting for myself and for the future. Hey, you're sitting there, you're enjoying my work, you're growing, and you're doing nothing for others? Do you think that's right? No, it is not. And that induces karma, conscious or not. So be aware. You've got to work with me. You know, many years ago, I was working with George Nori, and we did a TV show. And in there, actually, this TV show is in the Cosmic Code newsletter that I generated today. In this TV show, I explained the importance of educating the kids so they can understand who they are, regenerate, because they are religiously poisoned with so many religions that were created by the reptilians. And again, I repeat myself for all the new ones who came and land on my video today, okay? And those kids don't know who they are. They don't know where they're going, okay? And they are, you know, indoctrinated to fear me, to fear the stars, okay? To fear gays, God knows what, okay? And then next thing you know, it's a technological new world here. They go on the internet and Google and find different things that really confuse them. And there's nobody that to give them the grounding, the spiritual regeneration they need in order to survive and to stop them being infected or even, you know, kill themselves. Because, you know, the suicide dilemma with teens is just unstoppable. It's crazy. Okay, it's important for you to help me to realize the values, the critical values involving my cosmic work. Jesus, this is just so insane. All right, now, a lady, I won't say her name, I won't divulge anybody's, you know, private information or age for that matter. She emailed me and she says, oh, Dr. Turi, I listened to you. Very interesting and enlightening interview with George Norian, Coast to Coast. I was happy that you offer us your email address for questions and things like that. Okay. So basically what this lady is asking me is, when you read the full email, you understand my answer a little bit better. Again, you have to go and read the full email. So my answers will make more sense to you. Okay. So basically she had a dream. I'm being objective, excuse me, my allergies. She had a dream where she saw a bunch of snakes. Okay. And then I am myself doing what you call dream interpretation. So I had to go back, of course, to a UCI. That is a UCI, or her unique celestial identity. This is how she was computerized by the universe, by God himself. Okay, and she is, like every one of us, enslaved to actually find the golden keys to what it means to be human. So my answer to her are very clear. First of all, she's a Scorpio. Okay, anytime you deal with the Scorpio, you have a stinger. Okay, Scorpio is the essence of life and death. Scorpio is the snake in the Chinese astrology. Okay, her mission here is pretty clear. Through their dreams, she was taught by the subconscious or the superconscious in that case that she has to stop to sting herself. What does a snake do? A snake bites and it ingests poison. Now, she was a child, so it doesn't have necessarily being because of the stress, the drama, and underhill she's experienced, like old Scorpio, which is dying and rebirthing on a daily basis. Okay, that's what to be Scorpio is all about: dying and rebirthing. The stinger represents sarcasm, negativity, the past, guilt, God knows what. She's stinging other people, either telepathically or in this real world. We know you don't mess around with a Scorpio. They're very honest and very direct. Maybe in her mind, she is reminded, especially if she was very young, that she probably have had past life where she was suffering, okay? And she carried with her a hatred for all the people that have killed her, stung her, beat her, burned her. That's why she's metaphysically oriented. She's what I call in my work a white witch. Now you have the black witch, which is using voodoo, plant, herbs, metaphysics, astrology to kill people. Then you have the white witch, or the eagle of the zodiac, or the scorpion, who has killed the snake, was killed the negative poisoning energy and fly above everything. So in her, she says at the age of 9 or 10 or so, I stopped saying them. So it was obviously something related to her past life. You know, there is so many ways people, religious people used to, in various parts of the world, to kill people because they use herbs, plant, or astrology. She may very well have been stuck somewhere during the Mayan or the Incas time and perceived as an evil person who should be killed, who should be sacrificed. So we're going to dig a deep hole. We're going to put her with a bunch of snakes and they're going to kill her. So we're going to appease the spirit. And that is the answer. And I don't know how she's going to react to it. But to be so young, it's obviously the legacy of the trauma that she went through during those lives. And yeah, she's not the only one. She's not the only one. There's people who have fear of water. They've been drowned. Fear of fire. Fear of being high on an airplane or confined area. You know, there's so many variations. And Draco is leading me to give the full explanation to this lady, to what happened to her when she was a little girl growing up and seeing all these nasty snakes. So the idea here, I know she's watching because I told her the answer would be in that video. What I'm asking you to do now is, now that you have closure or an understanding to what happened to you during a past life residue as a white witch, as a medicine woman, as somebody well above others who were destroyed for whatever stupid reasons those people had during those days, who had no cosmic consciousness, but fears. You were victimized by the reptilians. That's what it was, who infected the mind of those priests. Pretty much like they infect, you know, the mind of all these priests who want to become priests, so they become closer to your children so they can rape them. So just be aware, okay? All right, so there is much more to discuss. So if you have anything, you know, and I know many of you do, and I get a lot of emails every day. Sometimes I can answer real fast, you know, but I'm so busy. And sometimes I will take the time to involve your questions in that video. So hey, you have my email. If you have any questions, you hit me, and then we go from there. All right, my good friends. be aware, okay? The quatrain and the keywords for today are obviously involving a new beginning or a new ending of important phases of life. Remember, I lost my mom. David Icke we use that because it's pretty obvious. David Icke was refused a visa to go to Australia, making thousands of people pissed off because they suffer my predictions. And many of them are watching these videos and realize that, well, Dr. Turi, if Dr. Turi is right about his prediction, maybe I should realize that David Icke is reptilius infected. Maybe realize that David Icke was offered, as we were very close friends, all my books about the moon and knew about all my UFOs experience and reinvented himself using all the money given to him by the truth seeker, hundreds of thousands of dollars that made him who he was. When I came here, I was $50 in my pocket and started from the scratch. I came a little bit late, but my mission will be accomplished. If David Icke is supported by the reptilians, I'm supported and promoted by the draconis. It's just a choice you have to make now between the light or the darkness, and realize that there is a lot of people out there talking about UFOs, the moon, and God knows what. Never seen a UFO, never talk to an ET like I do at the psychical level. So now is the choice you have to make. Until then, hey, we talk to you again, okay? Tomorrow. I can, if God allow me. Make it a beautiful day. Bye-bye.